me, and then started my journey into ISC. So before going to ISC, there were first of all, if I don't know if you know or not, but ISC is considered to be the most difficult curriculums. It has the most to MTech, and that too in ISC it is very maths heavy. Math, the rigor of maths is very high. So most of the students, like in my class also, there were a couple of students who could not cope up with the curriculum and they left the college. So that is why in the first semester, when you join any college for MTech, I would suggest you to take some time and prepare for it beforehand. Like my seniors had suggested in the field of AI, like be prepared with linear algebra and uh, probability and computation, this coding, something related to coding, not very high level, like high difficulty level of all the questions, but yeah, be okay with, be familiar with that. So when, if you guys, any of you are planning to do masters, I would request you to be little bit accustomed to what you are going to learn. So right now there is also GATE DA paper. In my time, I appeared through EC only because my BTech branch was EC. So for me, it was like the transitioning from EC to data science was a bit tougher. So that is why I prepared all these courses before going to the college. And so as I said, first semester was like very difficult, and in that semester I saw the CGPA, my CGPA dip very low. Like I hadn't seen that low in whole of my academic career. So that was a bit challenging. But second semester was totally a comeback, and that's when I gained most of the confidence that I have today. Because when you start from very low point and reach at the top, so in this like in second semester, my CGPA was like among the top 3 students. So going from a solo CGPA in first semester to being in top 3 was a great journey, and it has given me a lot of confidence that I carry along with me even today. So do not be afraid of the challenges that you face. If you are having something, if you are currently facing an issue, just focus on how to overcome the issue and get back to the top. So that is what I would suggest all of you to in your 20s. It is very critical to have that attitude within you. And yeah, so second semester was great, and after that it was like since I had already overcome this journey, so it after that it felt like a cakewalk, and I got placed in first slot, first day, first company I got placed. And the package was also decent, and along with that I got an off campus offer from Flipkart also. So I chose Flipkart and I joined in Flipkart. And now my day looks like yeah, there is a question. CGPA 7.65 for masters, are you asking? So this CGPA, this is okay for placements, or like what is the purpose of this CGPA?
If any members is having any doubt, then we'll be picking up your questions by after some time. So first of all, we'll just share some general questions going on, and after that time, some participants may write down your questions and be ready with that. So we'll be picking up by some time. Okay.
Okay, sure. So yeah, so for placements, I think that CGPA would be okay. It also depends on the cutoff that what the company sets in your college. In most of the colleges I've seen, like 7.5 or 7 is the cutoff. So I think 7.65 would be okay for that. But yeah, so I got placed in through campus placement as well as off campus. And like for placements, I would like to suggest in what you want to do in data science is you should have a lot of projects along with. I have heard that you already have in Marwadi University there is BTech in AI. So when you are already pursuing that course, I would suggest you to have multiple projects, and those projects should be linked to the developments that are going on in AI, like in LLMs or transformers, all of those topics. If you do one project each, that would be very helpful. And that is what I did while preparing for placements. And as a data scientist, right now my life, the work that I do, it looks like mostly dealing with LLMs, be it prompting or fine tuning, and working on the latest technology. So this work is also very challenging as well as interesting. And yeah, so that is how I transitioned from an EC student to data science, completely turning the trajectory 180-degree. And I'm grateful to be here. Yeah. So any questions that you have, I would like to take those questions. I'm just going through the chat. I don't think we have much questions now.
Yeah. to all the participants. You may drop your doubts or any questions regarding this. So till that time, we'll just start. So Nivedita, so when you started your career, right? So did data science like look clear or confusing to you in the your very starting point?
So of course, when I started, when I first completed my BTech, I had no idea about data science. Even when I appeared for GATE, I knew that it was related to some generative content that I had seen online, but I didn't know at all how it works internally, what is transformer or all of that. I didn't know. So I just like the idea of it, like how it is affecting the world and इसके वजह से क्या क्या market में नई चीजें देखने को मिल रही है. That just fascinated me a lot, and that motivated me to actually prepare for GATE and get into AI. And after getting into IC, I learned almost all of the things. Some basic projects of data science as a fresher. Okay, so for as a fresher, the most basic project that I would suggest you to, first of all, have a project which includes transformers, because transformers is very important. Like most of the work today is being done by transformers, so you can build a model for language translation or something that has to do with transformers, because most of the interviewers will ask you about this topic. And there are some more projects that are available on the websites of Stanford, and where you can refer to what are the projects that they work on, and then go to GitHub and find those links and see how it works, and then just recreate it at your end. So those kind of projects where you explore and discover on your own, and also it has some technology which is very rapidly being used in the industry. Those kind of projects really build your resume. I have a fear of math, especially calculus, but I do code good, and I have made one project of fake news detection. Uh, Fear of maths. So actually, maths is something that will get used. Like when you learn about AI, then you need to know about maths, because internally everything is regulated by maths. But once you go into industry, then you don't have to like solve mathematics. Then you just have to code. And मतलब अंदर का समझने के लिए math जरूरी है, which I think is not that difficult. I think you will be able to do it. And calculus, the most important topics in maths that you will use while reading the theory is linear algebra and probability. Probability for projects. Suggestion for projects, like I did a very fun project, like fine tuning llama model. So what I did was I took my WhatsApp chats and then fine tuned the llama model on my chats, and then when I would ask the model some question, like my friends chat with me, it would give a response to me in the kind of responses that I give. So this was one project. Then have a project on vision. I had object detection, and then there was, as I said, language translation, and I had some fake video detection project. So 4 or 5 projects are good enough for you to have in your resume. Something very interesting you can pick from. Focus any targeted companies or domain, like general ML, NLP, image, or something else, and prepared accordingly. Also, how one should choose the domain, like what kind of things have to look into. Okay, so I did not prefer any domain as such. Like I did a course in ML. NLP also I did many projects, and vision also I have done courses and projects on that. So I kept all the sectors open for me, and even now, like currently I'm working in NLP, but I you to select one domain and like only focus on that. Machine learning is about holistic development, so all these come under machine learning, and I suggest you to have one projects on each of these topics. Can you suggest any real-time projects for data analytics and data science? Real-time projects, as in, as in data will be coming in real time. Is that what you're trying to say? Like I haven't done any such projects, but I've seen, like I think time series analysis something you can do. You will have to search about it, because I don't have much idea about. I haven't worked on such real-time projects. And also, I feel like some people have a misconception that coding does not matter in when you are in AI or data science. I think that is not completely true. You should do at least medium level of coding. I practiced from NEET code 150 and the driver sheet. So I would also suggest you to have to do some problems at least in data science also.
Yeah. And if in today's world we can see, right, that AI can build models automatically. So what is the real value of a data scientist today?
So you can build model, but building a model from scratch requires a lot of hardware support also. So what we generally do is fine tune on the already pre-trained model or prompt tuning the models that we already have. Like currently my day-to-day work looks like prompting Gemini or ChatGPT, or fine tuning some of the internal models. So it's a combination of a lot of things, but rarely we do like building models from scratch in industry at least. Uh, some basic roadmap after learning Python. So, first of all, you need to have good command over the theory of machine learning and data science. And then after learning Python, like you should also know about PyTorch and Keras and all of that. So just basic Python wouldn't be enough. Yeah, that is what you want to do. You have to do. Apps that are released on YouTube. Are those real? Okay, I don't have idea which roadmap you're talking about. Dhaval. Now how Flipkart will give you the project. So Flipkart wouldn't give me a project. So basically I get signed into a team, and that team is working towards something, and I contribute in that team towards the goal that we have to reach.
How like how different is real world data that from what students practice on Kaggle? We had seen that many students just import the data set from that, right? So, but
Yes.
when we are going to the in real world, in corporate world, so is it some different things that been going on there?
Yeah, so there is a lot of difference from what you see in real world to what you see in classrooms. So data cleaning is not is not something that we do often in classrooms, but in real world you'll have a lot of garbage data also. So even in my college, I have understood just one thing, that data is the king. Doesn't depend whatever model you choose. If you choose wrong data, the model will always give wrong results. So even before getting into which model to select, you should first focus on data. And in real scenario in companies, the data is generally very full of garbage. So data cleaning is something that you have to do for sure. In classrooms you don't do that, but that's something that they should also teach us in classrooms. And you can learn about it on YouTube, or maybe some courses that you take about data cleaning. Mm. DSA is required for data science and data analytics. Yes, DSA is required. So it's not like you need to do very difficult, hard problems, but easy to medium level problems, you should have an idea about DSA. You said that we need good hold of machine learning basics. From where should we study? Any suggestions on courses? Okay, so machine learning basics, I have studied from ISC, so I did not refer any other sources, but as a matter of fact, I have also seen some videos from Campus X channel or Krish Nayak's videos. Apart from that, any of the paid courses, if you ask, I'm not completely, since I have not taken any paid course myself, so I cannot vouch for that. But these are the two YouTube channels that I also used to refer in my BTech. Also, there are some very good courses from Stanford YouTube. It's all are available on YouTube. So for NLP there is a course, and then for probability there is a course, and there are many other courses. I think for vision also there is another. There is a NPTEL course for vision from IIT Hyderabad, if I'm not wrong. So those courses you can refer. Those are like full end-to-end courses on each topic. How did you build problem solving skill? Problem solving skill is something that when you work a lot with data and models, then you get to know like how to solve, tackle which kind of problem, which model to use. And this knowledge also comes from like interview preparation, when I used to go through multiple problem statements and I used to learn how to solve those problems. So from there also you'll get an intuition, like how to solve the problem, what kind of data to use, what kind of encoding to do in those data, and the model that to use. So all those things you have to study. In which programming language we need to do DSA to become AI engineer or data scientist? So mostly we use Python in data science. So I would suggest you to do use Python only, because if you like, mostly people everywhere use Python for data science. So if you code in any other language, then also I think Python is required. So it's if you're starting, it's good to start in Python. Can you share topics which we should study as part of machine learning basics? Can you share the books from which you studied during your ISC days? Okay, so first of all, topics that we should study is, so in classical ML, there is linear regression, logistic regression, and then SVMs, neural networks, CNNs, transformers, uh, and like Gen AI, all of that topics you need to study. You should know about how each model works, what are the pros and cons, the mathematics behind those models, all of that. And what else did you ask? Share the books. Books, there was one book, I'm not able to recall its name. Uh, but like learning from books is, I would not suggest you now. I would suggest you to instead take a course or learn from YouTube, because that is much easier, because the maths behind machine learning is sometimes quite complex. In average level or hard? What are you referring to, Jagdish? So Stanford is standard resource for data science. Yeah, yeah. Stanford videos you can refer. Those are very standard and good, like very good lectures. How we can use machine learning topics in our project, and how we can find project ideas. So again, I think I've already answered this question. You can find project ideas on Stanford websites. Again, they have a lot of projects and assignments, so you can pick something from that, or you can search on GitHub. There are many projects like sentiment analysis, language translation, uh, all of that. So again, you have to search and figure out. Um, Project idea. Project idea, yes. Stanford website, you will find standard projects. You can pick something from there.
Yeah, so
Or
you
on,
already talked about that Python is important for the data scientist role, right?
yeah.
So, doing that also, with that skill also, do we need other tools like SQL or Spark or Cloud? Is it mandatory for now to learn those skills also?
No, it's not mandatory. Like I've seen multiple of my friends appearing in placements, and I myself have appeared for multiple interviews. SQL and all is not necessary to have. It's good to have if you know SQL and Spark. It's good, but it's not like something very integral for data science. You can learn it if it is required in the company. Like right now, I don't use SQL or anything else. I just use Python. So I wouldn't suggest you to spend your time on SQL or any other thing if you don't know about the rest of the Python, like data science theory or Python. So first focus should be these two, and these two should be enough. How was your off-campus interview? Can you share some insights about it? What are the things that one should focus on, especially off-campus apart from honeymoon? So my off-campus interview experience was like there were 4 rounds, and it covered everything from theory, mathematics to hands-on coding for machine learning, to the projects I worked on. Yeah, so it was a very exhaustive interview, and all the aspects were covered. So for that you need to have all the mathematics and the concepts that you have learned on your tips. And also I was given a problem statement wherein I have to code and solve, like cleaning the data and encoding the data, and then picking which model to use, and then like telling which metric should I use to judge the accuracy of the model. So and coding all of these. So this was also hands-on round. So yeah. And by the way, if you guys have any questions about interviews or how to prepare, you can also connect with me after this call. So I am on TopMate, and I offer free guidance to students who are in college. So you can connect with me on TopMate, book a slot, and then just get on a call. And by the way, I also have an Instagram channel where I share some news related to AI or something that is happening around the world in the field of AI. So so my channel's name is Nivi Said So, and I'll share with the CodeNeuraX channel so that they share it with you all. So you can
Yeah,
also with
yeah,
me.
we'll be sharing it afterwards. Yeah, after this meeting, we'll drop it in our channel.
How was MTech in IC different from any other IT? ICA province is focused more in mathematical approach than in yeah, true. So other IITs I haven't experienced myself, but what I've heard from others is that in IC the course is very much mathematics heavy and it's very difficult, while in IITs it is much simpler. So yeah, that is, and for IC I can vouch for that. It is actually in the first semester will be very difficult. Everyone who gets an IC complains about it, so yes, it is difficult. Your LinkedIn and GitHub profile. Yeah, sure. I'll ask the CodeNeuraX team to share LinkedIn, GitHub, TopMate, Instagram, everything with you all.
Yes, and you also mentioned in the starting that you prepared for the GATE exam, right?
Yeah.
So, so did it help during the interview time, or like you cracked it your GATE exam, or you were just preparing for it?
Um, so by interview, you mean placement interview?
Yeah,
Or
placement interview. Yeah.
okay. So I appeared in GATE in EC domain. So it was a bit of a mismatch because while I was applying for jobs, I applied for data science. So EC and data science are like a bit different. So unfortunately, that preparation, GATE preparation, did not help me in data science. I had to learn everything from scratch in ISC. So yeah.
So right now, what's your take on the rise of like generative AI in analytics? Is it
Um,
trending right now?
Sorry, is it?
Is it trending like in data science field? It is trending right now, generative AI.
Yes, I think it's very much trending everywhere. You see, like from content to like news anchors, everyone is now emerging out of AI. So yeah, I think, and this trend might go up by a lot in coming few years. And it's very difficult to right now distinguish between what is real and what is fake. So that is a different challenge that we have to face, and I think people will come around with how to tackle this problem. But yes, this problem is going to be more prevalent in coming few years.
Companies like Flipkart and Amazon. Is it really important to have the domain knowledge? Uh,
Like about Flipkart and Amazon. It's not necessary. I mean, for technical roles, they will just judge you for your technical skills and what kind of knowledge do you have. Are you confident on your basics? Only these things are judged for a fresher. They don't expect you to have knowledge about Flipkart or Amazon, how does they work, and all of that. So the expectations are quite realistic. You should have command over what you have learned. And
so yeah. Hmm. Here we have many students from the first and the second year. So if anyone of us want to become a data scientist, so how we should plan our next 2 years, focusing on what skills, what languages, or also the CGPA project, or how our what to say coding skills, how they matter, on which level, what matters the most.
Hmm. I think the most important thing when you are in data science is to have a solid theory, to know probability, linear algebra, uh, and then machine learning. All of these build your fundamentals. So to have a very strong base is the most important thing in data science. And then you should focus on learning Python. And in Python, you should know about how to tackle image data or how to tackle text data, all of that. So like theory is supreme, and then comes coding, and after that you can focus on like VSAs or SQL or whatever else you want to uh, have a good like whatever you want to learn that comes afterwards, but these two things are very important. How does your undergrad courses help in MTech journey? So unfortunately, my undergrad course didn't help because I was from EC in BTech, and then I moved to AI. So I don't think it helped in any way.
While your resume viewing, right? So do the certifications from the course era or any Google really help, or is it just overrated certificates? Like nowadays we lot see certifications, right?
Hmm.
So are they really helpful when applying for the job?
So I haven't taken any such certification. I'm not sure what do they teach when you take that course, but like leave the certification aside, and I feel that if you are learning something out of the course, then it is good. If you're not learning something, your knowledge is not improving, then whatever certificate they give, it is not of any importance. So I understand that you guys are also in first and second year, and when I was in your age, I also had a lot of questions, a lot of doubts. But just keep going and keep learning, and everything will be good.
In the next 3 to 5 years, how do you see the data scientist roles evolving?
In the next 3 to 5 years, okay. So first of all, I feel like nowadays more powerful models are coming up. Earlier, when we were introduced to ChatGPT or Gemini, it was just textual data. Now it can handle multimodal data. Now there are agents, AI agents. So all these things are like these are small changes in not small changes, like these are big changes, but in the field of AI, it is growing very fast. So there will be new things coming up, and it will be, and then we also have to adapt to it and learn how to code, how to implement all of that. So I feel it is a very like far-fetched journey, and it will be growing very rapidly. And to keep up with it, you need to like learn every day and know about the current trends. So basically, be on your toes every time.
Sure. So before everyone just drop their questions, we'll just have one small rapid fire round.
Okay.
1 minute. Yeah. So one skill that every data scientist must master,
But
beside like Python. Python is the most must,
uh,
right? Yeah. Other than that,
apart from Python, like apart from like ML concepts and Python.
yeah, we some tools or anything.
Okay. Tools, I haven't used any such tool which I feel is very integral. But after that, I think SQL can come. If you are good, like doing good with those two topics, then you can move to SQL and learn that.
Oh. One mistake that we need to avoid early.
Okay. One mistake that you need to avoid early is not going through the basics very nicely and not understanding the concepts and directly jumping into implementation and coding. So you should know internally how it works very clearly. If possible, try to implement without any library, like just NumPy. Use just NumPy and implement neural networks or CNN. If possible, you can do that. There are multiple videos on YouTube that will teach you how to do that without using libraries. So when you use libraries, what happens that you don't know internally what is happening inside the model, how it is transforming one vector into how it is passing through one layer. You just know the input, and then there is a black box, and then you get the output. But inside the black box, you wouldn't know what is going on. So just if you don't use those libraries and just use NumPy and Pandas, then you will get to know how it is happening internally, like at each step what is happening. So that will also give you goosebumps when you do it for the first time. So that is a very good experience to have. I would suggest all of you to try to implement a neural network or a CNN from scratch without using libraries.
One thing beyond technical skills that matters most.
Most two things I would say. One is confidence, and second is communication. So when you talk to people in an interview, if even if you have a lot of technical knowledge, it wouldn't show up if you do not have confidence or if you're not comfortable talking to people. Like I remember when I was sitting in placements, I gave multiple mock interviews, and when I started, I was really bad at it. Like I would know what the person is asking. Like my friends used to interview me, so I used to know what is the answer, but I was not able to convey it in simple words. So the interviewer would not does not have that much time to just sit and you take him through your thoughts in a like maybe 15 minutes. You'll just have like maybe max to max 1 minute to explain what you know about the topic, and you need to ace it. So be very clear in your communication.
We have some questions
Yeah.
from the
Does career gap really matter in industry, like working in some other domain and switching to data? I don't think so. So in my case, I worked in electrical and electronics for some time, and then I realized this is not what I really enjoy working. And it hasn't affected me in any way. Like even in while placements or while off-campus placements, when I sat, they just saw my technical skills, my CGPA, all of that was seen. The switch that I made before that, the number of years that I invested in some other industry, I don't think that was a blocker for me. Is Python mandatory for data for DSA in data field? For DSA, you can use other languages, but ultimately in data science, you have to know Python because most of the work is done in Python. So even if you for DSA you use Java or C++, then also you need to know Python. What type of problems you faced in learning about data science? Okay, problems. Problems is like when you start a very fresh subject, like for example, if you start learning science, uh, just imagine you are in standard 9 and you are introduced to science for the first time. You will have a lot of questions, why this is happening, what is happening. So it I used to feel like that कि ये कैसे हो रहा है, like ये कैसे हो गया, ये मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है. So the trick to understand is मतलब यहाँ पे एक एक टॉपिक को 5 बार 10 बार जब तक समझ नहीं आ रहा है, keep reading it and ultimately you will understand. Time lagega, but you will understand. And in the time of interview also. In the interview, like once you have command over the concepts, the only problem that you would face is clear communication, which again you need to practice a lot and have confidence and faith in yourself that पढ़ा है मैंने तो I will be able to crack it. Most people who I have seen many people who are technically very strong, but still they are not able to communicate well, and because of that, it takes time for them to crack an interview. So just practice more and more with your friends before the placements. That will help a lot. What type of topics we want clear knowledge about in interview for data science? For data science, I feel these days transformers are a very hot trending topic, which most of the companies ask. So you should know about transformers, how it works at each and every step. What is the why that part is being used in transformer? Like there is a neural network, then there is some part of the transformer has different layers. So why this particular thing is being used, why key value is being used, what is the significance of it, all those nitty gritties you should know, because like it is being asked. And from classical ML, I feel like pros and cons of linear regression, logistic regression, those kind of questions also get asked in interviews. Yeah, and I have less resource like past 2 years paper as it is new paper. How can I approach and prepare for it? So, okay, yeah, this is a fair ask because GATE DA started in I think 2024, if I'm not wrong. So, I would suggest you like if you know about the course, like the subjects that are being asked, and you have the like books or material to study, then it's good. Otherwise, I would suggest you to take coaching if possible. If financially it allows you and you have time, then I would suggest you to go for that, because since you don't have enough PYQs, so I'm not sure how will you get accustomed to the questions that get asked in the exam. I have less than 1 month. Okay, so. Hmm. In 1 month, I don't suggest you to try something new. If you have done some preparation, just go over it again. 2 साल का PYQ है, solve it. Like when I was appearing for GATE, I solved the same PYQs 3 to 4 times. So अभी तक जो preparation किया है, just keep revising it and कुछ नया मत पढ़ो अभी.
So there are some more questions from the audience that what data roles do you think that will completely vanish in the few next years?
Completely vanish. Mm, I feel like maybe I've seen a downtrend for data analysts. So there were earlier when I was in BTech, there were a lot of data analyst roles. Sometimes even like companies would come for more number of data analyst roles in software development, and I've seen it decreasing. Same goes with business analyst. Both the number of roles in the trend in both the roles have gone down further. I don't know whether it will completely vanish or not, but for sure it is going down.
Yeah, the trend is decreasing over.
Mm.
So when we are focusing in the future, so will data scientists need to understand cloud architecture deeply, or it is not that any relation between it?
I haven't, as of now, I haven't seen any relation in that, but maybe I also don't know much about it. So with experience, I will get to know if a data scientist also needs to have that knowledge. But till now, I haven't. I think no, you don't need to know about it. Can we get real-time data from Flipkart? No, I don't think you can get that. That is actually confidential. If you want to have data, like I think for projects and all, Kaggle data is sufficient. For data cleaning, if you want some data, then I don't know if there are some data sets like that where you can practice data cleaning.
So now I think everyone's doubt is being solved. So if anyone is not having any more doubts, so we'll just end this session today. Yes, I think,
How
yeah.
is agentic AI used in industry? So agentic AI is used as in like normal LLM. What we see is you ask some question and it gives a certain answer. But in agentic AI, it can also do tasks. For example, if you say that schedule a meeting with this person on Sunday, then agentic AI has the full control of sending an email to the person, checking his availability, then blocking your calendar, blocking his calendar. So all of that power agentic AI has, which earlier LLM doesn't used to have. So agentic AI can be used anywhere in industries. It is being used widely right now. Yeah, sure. You can connect on LinkedIn. You can connect on TopMate, Instagram, wherever you like. I'm active on all platforms.
Yes, we'll provide ma'am's GitHub account and LinkedIn profile in the group. So if we do not have any further questions or in doubt, we'll end this meeting now. Thank you so much, Nivedita, for sharing such an honest and insightful experience. This session truly gave us the clarity on what data science look like beyond the whole hype was going on. So, to everyone attending, the future belongs to those who stay curious, adaptable, and consistent. Make sure to follow CodeNeuraX for the much more exciting events and the sessions. So, thank you all. Have a good day. Have a great evening. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Bye.